Hello and welcome. This is the second video of the Action Essentials. In the first video, we have taken a little look into our actions, where you can find them, and created the update action for our project status. In this video, we are going to make sure that we can also manage our projects by deleting them if we no longer need them. So let's dive into deleting. So in our overview, we are going to start by adding the delete button. So open up the project overview, and in the row of the two first buttons, the start project button and the finish project button, I am going to open up the page. I'm going to unlock it. And now that we can access the box, I am going to make sure to add a new action component to it. So let's grab the action button and add it in our box. So let's toggle the action button, and I'm just going to do what I did in the previous video. I'm going to make it the same style as the other one. I'm going to give it the outline style. I am going to remove the button text, and I'm going to give it an icon. And what is more fitting for a delete icon than the delete icon itself? The trash button or the bin button, the garbage button. On the left hand side, I'm going to add some outer spacing again. So I'm going to press the cogwheel because I want to add some custom outer space. If I press the normal, small, medium or large, you can see that it adds outer spacing everywhere. But I only want some spacing to be added on the left hand side. So I'm going to do that by pressing the cogwheel, then press small, and that is exactly where I would like that button to be. And I'm going to open up the tooltip segment, toggle tooltip. The content will be a delete project. And there we go. It's going to be placed at the bottom. The background is going to be dark with the tooltip text set to white. And now it's exactly like the other buttons. We like some some similar styling. It helps us know what the buttons do and what we need to look in for. Let's see, so we have this. Let's make sure that we dive into the delete action now. So make sure that we select the proper property to pass to our action, ID, select, and let's dive into the delete action. So with creating, updating and deleting, it very often is quite similar. You need to make sure that you have some input data. Then you process that by adding either of the CRUD steps, and then you have your result. But sometimes you can also start the action without any data, and that can be done with, for example, external data, or maybe when you have files in your application and you want to search for that using certain custom block store steps. That's all some advanced stuff that I also teach in the advanced courses. But if you are curious about more actions, I would advise, after the essentials, have a look at some of the advanced courses that we have, because there is a fast world with a lot of action steps to be discovered. So first things first, with start, let's make sure that we add the record again. It's called ID because that is what we are parsing. The project ID, press save. And that is available in our action. Let's grab the delete record, add that to our stepper. So we start, we delete, we finish. And luckily the delete record is, to me at least, quite an easy to configure record. You open it, you press the only variable that we can select at the moment. The result will be deleted project. Save, and now it knows what it needs to do. Let's make sure that we set the settings correct again. Delete project action runs when the action button is clicked, deletes a project on the project overview page. Done. Press save, and we're going to set the permissions again. Perform action. Admins are the only ones allowed to delete. That is done successfully. And now let's dive back into our page. So press play. And we already have some quite nice projects. So for the sake of deleting, I am going to add a test project. Feel free to do the same, or delete one that you have already created. Delete this project. Put a bunch of useless information. Start date, end date, owned by me. I'm not even going to upload an image. I just want to delete this thing. Projects. There we go. We have a delete this project. Let's test what it would look like going through the buttons. Start project, refresh the page, in progress. Finish project, refresh the page, finished. And now, last but not least, delete project, refresh the page, and the project is gone. This is quite neat already. There is but one thing that I would like to change right now though. I have to refresh the page every time that I do this. And honestly, I think that could be done better. So let's dive into these items. So what we can do again is we have the card view. We are going to open that up and we can look at the action button. And we've done something similar in the page builder course. We are going to set interactions on these buttons. And I'm going to set the refetch interaction. So I want this data to be refetched every time that I press a button, so that everything looks as if it's going in one smooth go. So I'm opening up the first action button, interactions, create a new interaction, more. On action success, I want to refetch something. And what do I want to refetch? There's only one option, the data list. Every block that you see over here is part of a data list. It is basically a list in which we only have to style the first item, the first card, and then it copies it for us every single time. So let's dive back into that interaction. I think I forgot to save it. Well, that can happen. Create new interaction, on action success, refetch the data list, save. And I'm going to do the exact same for the other two action buttons. New interaction, on action success, refetch the data list. Press save, and to the last item, interaction, on action success, refetch the data list. Press save, and now all our actions will trigger the refetch on the data list, making sure that our status that we see over here updates on the press of that button. So I'm going to quickly add a new project that we can test this out with. Let's test a dynamic display. Dynamic display test. Start date. I'm going to leave end date empty because that should also be filled in automatically for us. And let's go to our projects. A dynamic display. If I press this button, the to-do should change to in progress. So let's hope that that works. It works. And now for the second, finish project. It works. And for the last one, delete. And the page is automatically updated. Looking pretty dynamic, working pretty smooth. So we now have a create, which we can do in our project create page, a quick update, or a slightly slower update. We can open up the update project view, and we can update with the finish project too. And we have the delete functionality over here. All in all, this seems to me like we can manage our projects pretty neatly. And it looks quite dynamic too. However, and well, I was already working my way there, of course, I would also like to make sure that we build in little bits and bobs regarding steering our customers. if I have my project overview, I can now press Start Project, and a project that was previously finished is now set to In Progress. From a developer's point of view or from a data manager's point of view, that might not be something that I want to have in my application. So we want to make sure that we catch certain features like that. Why can this button update a project that is already finished? Well, we are going to make sure that we build a feature to prevent projects from updating once they are finished. And we're going to do that in the next video. So, see you there.